I am beating every N64 game, and I mean all of them. The twist is, the next game I play is randomly selected, so I have no clue what's coming next. This is the journey to beating every N64 game. Game number 226, Rugrats Scavenger Hunt. Released in 1999, this game was developed by Real Time Associates and published by THQ. Aw man, the Rugrats was such a good show. That era of late 90s, early 2000s Nickelodeon was just so formative to me growing up. Rugrats, Hey Arnold, early SpongeBob, also good. I'm not at all surprised there's a Rugrats game on this console. In fact, there are two. The only Rugrats video game I ever played was some jank adventure type game on the PS1. The only thing I remember about that is Tommy being able to jump down the entirety of the staircase in his house due to the way jumping physics worked in that game. It was pretty incredible to watch. Anyway, no idea what this game is about. Some kind of board game it seems? Let's get into it. So yeah, there are 3 games we can play. Angelica's Temple, Pirate Treasure Hunt, and Reptar Rally. I went ahead and picked the first one cause why not? There are 4 characters, kind of obvious who. Tommy, Chucky, Lil, and Phil. I decided to play as Phil this time. We get a cutscene to set the stage. Stu walks into the living room, super happy that he received some Aztec statues he ordered from a TV ad. We want to play a board game, but Grandpa falls asleep while explaining the rules to us. Angelica then walks in, informing us that these statues are haunted. Of course, she breaks one of them. We then hear a voice saying that if we don't find all the pieces of the broken statue before Angelica does, then we'll be stuck in the temple of Cocobolo forever. Wait, isn't Cocobolo the type of desk Jimmy got in Better Call Saul? So now we get into the gameplay. We just go in the order of character select for turn order. Tommy pulled a spinner and landed on set spin. This means he gets to choose how many spaces he moves from 1 to 5. He landed on a search space, which allows him to search one of the objects in the room, basically looking for a statue piece. What's interesting here is we're working together. The babies have to collectively find all the statue pieces before Angelica does in order to win. I had my first roll and landed on a space that gave me 4 cookies. At this point in time, I had literally no idea what I was doing. There are 3 NPCs that take a turn after all the players do too. Grandpa, Spike, and Angelica. You definitely don't want Angelica to meet up with you. She ran into me, and since I didn't have any statue pieces, she took 10 cookies from me instead. Well, that sucks. I landed on my first search space, and I found a statue piece behind this Reptar statue. Yeah, I know. Real thrilling stuff here. Of course, the NPCs got their turn too, and Angelica was just bullying me. Actually kind of on brand for the show. This time though, she stole one of my statue pieces. Statue pieces aren't all you find. Tommy found a screwdriver which apparently opened up secret passageways. Also, once a piece has been searched, it can't be again. Dang man, I was basically stun-locked by Angelica. I picked a terrible place to start. She had stolen my stuff every single turn. Like seriously, this is 4 turns in a row. Good thing we're working together, I guess. It doesn't seem in her best interest to just target a single player. Thankfully, on turn 5, I landed on Warp to Crib Room space. Stu sees me outside of the pen and brings me back. Thank goodness, get me away from Angelica, my god. How does Phil just break that thing down? They really should invest in a better one. This lets me warp to any room in the temple. I didn't really know which one each was, but I didn't pick the room Angelica was in, thankfully. Chucky had purchased a Reptar card and used it. Ignoring the fact that Reptar Chucky looks incredibly unsettling, this allows him to choose how many spaces to move and not lose any energy. Oh yeah, he also gained a double search power-up the turn prior. Man, he's kinda carrying right now. The board movement isn't exactly linear. There are several branching paths, and it gives you a lot of options as to where you'll ultimately end up on any given turn. Oh wow, Tommy landed on the space Spike was on and got to go for a ride. I guess this just lets you extend your turn further. However, Tommy ran out of energy and had to sit out for a turn to take a nap in the crib room. On the very next spin, Chucky passed by Angelica, and this time he stole a piece from her instead. I am getting carried so hard right now. Looks like Angelica is able to land on a search space too. So why was she bullying me so hard then? Feels like she's designed to target the player. I landed on the dill space which just said mystery. Looks like it heavily shuffled the pieces. It didn't really tell me what was going on, so I'm just kinda inferring. Grandpa finally ran into me after like 12 turns. He just gives you a pile of cookies. They're what gives you the energy to make moves, by the way. And on the very next spin, Tommy got the last statue piece. The babies win! Stu is in shambles seeing his statues broken on the floor, and Angelica's like, wasn't me. That's all the closure we get to this. I wonder how Stu got over this. He got it for 3 easy payments of $19.95. Figured I may as well do the other 2 games. For Pirate Treasure Hunt, Stu is excited he finally finished the model ship to put in his aquarium. Grandpa then says, "This reminds me of the time I went treasure diving in the Caribbean Sea." However, he falls asleep again. Angelica says she hid treasure all around the house, and the first to bring it back to her wins ice cream. Susie shows up saying she'll help us out. This time it's PvP. No longer working together against Angelica. I've got to be the one to win. I played as Tommy this time to change things up. Found the screwdriver on my first search. Not too bad. Chucky landed on the same space as me, and this led to a duel with rock, paper, scissors. Or should I say cannonball, dagger, flag? We just kept picking the same thing, which was really frustrating. I believe dagger beats flag, cannonball beats dagger, and flag beats cannonball. This game is just so strange. Phil rolls a big number, so you'd think he's going to go far away. Nope. The board design just lets him walk in a loop over and over. Also, come on, he gets double search power on turn 1? That's some garbage. I paid 6 cookies to bring Susie here, but nothing happened. Aw man, I thought her effect would activate immediately. I feel scammed. I'm gonna be real here, no way that flag is stable enough to bounce the cannonball like that. It needs a pole on the other side to have me convinced. It should be a banner, not a flag. Dude, Lil already has 2 out of 4 treasures after just like 3 turns. Good thing I ran into Susie though. I can pay her 10 cookies to get a guaranteed treasure search from the room. Oh wait, checking the stats screen, it seems we need 4 unique treasures. So Lil only has 2 instead of 3 because she got 1 duplicate. I wonder if that means you can just find all of 1 treasure and make it impossible for the others to win. Well, I guess this answers that question. I beat Phil in a duel and it let me steal one of his treasures. Holy crap, that's huge. Only need the gem and the coin now. On the very next turn though, Phil stole my necklace. Well, that sucks. You can see here Lil eating a bunch of cookies to get more energy. Oh yeah, Susie ran into me again. Okay, paying to warp her here was a great idea. She ran into me a 3rd time, but unfortunately we apparently found literally every treasure in that room. Guess she can't help then. That did help a little bit though because I learned I needed to get out of there immediately. Okay, I lied earlier. Lil searched the same piece of coral twice. I don't really know what she expected. Actually, I'm not sure if that was guaranteed to be the same or if it was a random chance. With yet another cannonball dagger flag loss, Phil stole the 4th and final treasure he needed, and Phil wins. Dang. We see a cutscene where Angelica's annoyed all the treasure we found is just junk. Isn't she the one that said she hid it? We tell her the real treasure is in the ship and she tries to reach inside. Gets caught by Dee Dee though and is in big trouble. It actually took me 7 tries to win on this stupid board. I couldn't believe it. The double search power-up is so broken. You get to keep it for the entire game. I didn't find it a single time in all 7 of those attempts, but the computer certainly did. So dumb. Don't worry though, the worst is yet to come. Alright, the 3rd and final game, Reptar Rally. We get a cutscene with Phil and Lil arguing over who gets to play with the Reptar doll. They play tug of war with it until they spill chocolate milk all over the table. Dee Dee goes to clean it up and Angelica tells them of where Reptar lives. Apparently a place with a big candy mess. Whatever that means. So we're gonna go there and get a bunch of candy. This one is so bizarre. All the babies have been transformed into Reptar versions of themselves. We also spin with an egg now for some reason. My first space I landed somewhere that let me sling mud at an opponent. This just made her slide forward 2 spaces instead of spinning for a number. Instead of the 3 NPCs like the other 2 boards, we only have Reptar, who moves in a circle atop Candy Mountain. I can't stress how this is just a completely different game from those other 2. I landed on a rainbow key and could warp to any zone I wanted. Well, I was playing as Chucky, so may as well go there. Tommy landed on a space that gave him 3 chocolate milk. Okay. That brings me to how you win on this board. You need to get certain amounts of 3 specific candies. As you can tell, Chucky doesn't need any licorice. So why on earth is Chucky's own licorice theme then? Oh my god. Despite this space looking just like the Dreamcast logo, it's actually a whammy. This reset everyone's Reptar bar count to 10. That's right, no more cookies. Now we've got Reptar bars. On the central area, if you land under Reptar, he just dumps all the candy he's collected onto you. That's kinda busted. Also, it set all the ice cream zone values to 0, aka Tommy's zone. Sorry, Lil, no ice cream for you. There was one good thing about being in Chucky's licorice zone. By landing on the Chucky bonus space, I was able to lock one of my candy values. Unfortunately, I didn't really know how to win here, so I picked chocolate milk. Had I known better, it was much better to pick ice cream because I need the most of that. When you're in a zone, you basically do a full lap around it, then it forces you out. Alright, now we're cooking. Got some pudding. Just like that time Stu was making pudding at 3 AM because he lost control of his life. This time, Lil landed on a whammy and it just let her steal all my chocolate pudding. What on earth? The way to prevent this is by getting the required amount. That locks it in permanently. Big mistake not picking ice cream earlier. So this space is incredibly overpowered. You can trade in your Reptar bars for a candy if you land on it. 1-to-1 exchange rate. It's not like they're hard to come by or anything, and there's no taking a nap in this one. No reason to not just hoard them till you land there. Or the whammy space can let them steal literally all of a player's Reptar bars. Oh, you targeted me? That's amazing. Oh, thank you so much. You never know what kind of wild stuff will happen when you play Rugrats Scavenger Hunt. You may slide forward 2 spaces, and then immediately slide backward those same 2 spaces. That's okay. I didn't want to spin anyway. Actually, that may have been the most clutch thing of the match. Reptar just fed me so much stuff. I only need 4 ice cream to win now. Come on. Oh, you're targeting me again. That's okay. Thank you. Come on! I need 1 more ice cream cone, please! Apparently there's just a candy cane that yeets one of the players. It feels like this game is just generating new rules as we go. Nothing here makes sense. Instead of getting literally any other number, I rolled 3, which gave me 0 ice cream. And then disaster. Phil had Reptar move directly over him, giving him the last candy he needed. Oh my god, dude. Unbelievable. There's actually no way I lost. I'm so frustrated. Especially after what's about to come. Well, I guess we have to go again at this one. I played as Tommy this time. I'll take this time to talk about the graphics and audio. The graphics aren't too great. It doesn't really match the show's aesthetic, although they did make the characters look good as typical N64 3D models. The game runs a bit sluggish too, which is surprising considering there's not that much going on. The big glaring thing is how the other 2 boards had interesting arenas, but this Reptar one just looks like we're in a debug room. Checkerboard pattern floor and a dark abyss beyond. What's going on here? For the audio, the music is actually pretty good. They match the show's songs well, I thought. They also have the show's voice actors with lines in here, which is good, but oh my god, these voice lines lived rent-free in my head. I heard them so many times playing this game.
There's no such thing as a bad Reptar bar. A baby can never have too many cookies. Yummy cookies. Almost as good as Mommy's. Cooking is yummy. I feel sleepy. I already have one of these.
God.
Oh boy, cookies.
Oh look, Lil targeted me to steal my Reptar bars. You'll notice this is a common theme here. Yet again, I'm being stolen from. It's ludicrous. And Chucky wins this one. I'm never leaving this game, am I? As I show this ridiculous series of clips of me being targeted by the CPU for stealing, allow me to rant about this game for a bit. This game stinks! Ah! Oh, sorry about that, but I just had to get it out of me. But really, why was the AI always choosing me to steal from? In one of these instances, I had 4 Reptar bars while someone else had over 30, and they still picked me. You have to pay 5 Reptar bars to warp to one of the food zones, and this kept me from being able to do that often. Plus, there's that overpowered space that lets you trade Reptar bars 1-to-1 for food items. If I have 0, well, that's too bad for me, I guess. Even if I had 0 Reptar bars, they would still try to take from me. I mean, they couldn't do it, but they would try. I was beyond frustrated. What was even more frustrating was my chat suggesting I switch characters. Maybe it'd make things easier. Like, there's no way they're just targeting me though, right? It's just bad luck. Like when Reptar lands on someone, it alters one of the character zones. Here, it set chocolate milk values to negative. Oh, that happens to be the one I'm in? Nope, just bad luck. It's a coincidence. Or Lil landing on the overpowered trade space with her biggest needed food. Okay, that one actually probably is bad luck. Thab, what are you doing? Playing Rugrats Scavenger Hunt. You've been playing for over 9 hours. Why on earth are you still playing Rugrats Scavenger Hunt? Because I've lost control of my life. So, 9 hours. Failing to win like 20 times in a row and losing what little of my sanity I had left, I decided to finally give in to the conspiracy theorists. I was being targeted, right? Fine. Let me swap to player 4 to just show that this is a baseless claim. There is actually no way they programmed the computer to just always go after player 1, even if it's not in their best interest, right? Wait a second. Lil just tried to steal from Tommy there. Nah, that was a coincidence. Oh, she did it again? Nope. Once again, that's a coincidence. Well, I can't prove it, but I really do think they've just programmed the CPU to target player 1 no matter what. I don't care though, because I win. Finally, I'm free. We see a cutscene where Angelica demands we give her all the candy we have, and we're like, no, that's ours. So she goes rogue and tries to steal it, but she trips over the Reptar doll and starts crying. Oh my gosh. Get me out of here. Game complete. So yeah, there you have it. My journey to beating Rugrats Scavenger Hunt. This is a game I never want to see again in my life. I had to play that dang Reptar map 20 times to win. I honestly couldn't believe it. Was the computer actually rigged? It sure felt like it. Either that, or I just got so incredibly unlucky and no one will ever be able to replicate this nonsense. Ignoring my frustrations, this game just isn't good at all. It's a board game and it's not a fun one. There's some serious balancing issues on every map with overpowered spaces that just make you win if you land on them. There's absolutely nothing interactive to do here besides the weird rock, paper, scissors thing in the water map. I will never forget those stupid voice lines either. Drove me nuts. Oh boy, kekis. Don't play this game. I'm telling you, you better not. I gave Rugrats Scavenger Hunt a 0 out of 10 for enjoyability and a 3 out of 10 for difficulty. I used to have it as a 9 difficulty, but I don't know. I feel like most people won't have this same experience. Alright, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. We had a randomized marble race to determine which game was next, so here's how that played out. Or skip to the timestamp on screen to skip straight to the game selection. No more Rugrats. We're gonna do a race. These user courses haven't been as good, so we'll do the official ones again. Alright, 165 games on the list. We're out here in the cornfield, the K-Kona field. We got Asteroids Hyper 64, Mario Tennis, or even Miss Pac-Man Maze Madness. Only one game can win. Could even be Rugrats. Let's see what it is. 3, 2, 1, go. Go. Alright, they are off down the pachinko machine. And is Doraemon 3 the current leader? No, Mahjong 64 out in front. GKyo, Powerful Pro Yaku 2001, NBA in the Zone 2000. So many fantastic games. GKyo, Mahjong, NBA in the Zone, Doraemon, Tigger's Honey Hunt on the other side. Heiwa Pachinko. This is just... Oh, and there goes Puyo Puyo falling off somehow. Tom and Jerry, Nightmare Creatures, Mortal Kombat. I believe that's Mortal Kombat Trilogy, were it to win. Nightmare Creatures, Doraemon 3, F-Zero X as well. We're coming down the colander into the funnel here. And a couple games getting bounced around there. Asteroids Hyper 64, the first one down, as well as International Track and Field 2000 is coming over the hairbrush. Harukanaru, Augusta Masters as well. Mortal Kombat Turok falls off. Big Mountain conquers Bad Fur Day as well, and it's International Track and Field 2000 in the lead. But will it stay in the lead? Here comes Mortal Kombat and Hakuranaku Augusta Masters 98. Flying forward. I don't see anybody beating it. Oh my god, no. We're playing Harukanaru Augusta Masters 98, which is a Japanese exclusive golf game. I just want you all to know the last Japanese golf game we played got a 0 out of 10, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I gave it half a point. It was really, really bad. Harukanaru Augusta Masters 98. It has been decided. But yeah, if you're still here watching, you're awesome. Thank you so much. If you had a good time, consider hitting that like button, or maybe even dropping a subscription. Or hey, maybe even watch another one of these videos that's on screen now. And yeah, see you next time.